Hola, hombre. ¿Cómo está?
Hola, Papi. How you doing, Papi? Good to see you, Papi.
Well, Eric, this Papi is home. It's good to see you too.
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home.
Wow, Ty. Are you okay? What's going on? What did the Mexican cartel do to you?
I knew that you and the breadheads both. The WhatsApp mob of breadheads have been banging our line all week, asking where the epi's at and whether Ty got obliterated by the avocado cartels. But no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm back on the grid. I had to call this emergency meeting of the minds, little Thursday epi, just to make sure
Thursday
that
epi in the
everybody,
books.
yeah, make sure everyone knew that T-Bone has been the special package has been delivered safely. I Amazon
Yes.
Primed myself back to Los Angeles. I'm good.
El paquete has been delivered, Ty. It's all good.
Man,
So you're
you've been
telling
spending a
me,
lot of time in Duolingo.
dude, Duolingo is my second favorite app.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously after Anchor,
I was gonna
the
say shout out to
free
Anchor.
app.
Yeah.
Unlike Duolingo, Anchor is completely free, guys. Okay, and you can start your own podcast on there, just like
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
little broadcast.
I think
Two
everybody on Earth should have
HEOs.
two HEOs. Yeah. I think everybody on Earth should have a secret bad podcast that they just maintain.
This podcast has been like so beneficial for my mental health. I've been spiraling this last week that you've left me on red.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been like pacing around my house, like not knowing like what to do with my time. Really, like I
Mm-hmm.
have all these like really messed up thoughts that I just like don't know where to like you know excrete them.
Well, I hope you were able to excrete something into the right place. But I know I left you on red. I was a bit of a ghost. I saw your Snapchat come through, and I really didn't do the episode with you. And I'm sorry. I will tell you though, like when I saw that Snapchat where you up at
I hit Ty
on
with the
Tuesday this week.
WYD, and he
Yeah.
didn't hit me with the. He only hit me with the
Hey.
HEY, not the hey. What a bunch of Y's.
With a bunch of O's, but no. Um, Funny enough, Eric, when that little notey popped up on my iPhone 13 Pro, I was beachside being served many,
Damn it, dude.
many, many like strawberry daiquiris by a wonderful Mexican server named Eric. So I actually
Damn
spent
it.
all day with Eric. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow. You could have just got his number and invited him onto the pod. Why haven't you done that?
That would have been pretty funny. It's Ty and Eric here. Hola.
Hola,
Hola,
Papi.
senors, senoritas.
Uh,
Um,
he
but
just hits you with the no mezcal, no mezcal.
but no mezcal, no cap, Eric. He was the best server I had throughout Mexico. This guy named Eric. He was
Mm.
so accommodating, so aware of like what my needs were, which was usually a strawberry daiquiri. And no matter where I went along the beach, whether it was in the water, pool side, lounger side, he would find me and he'd make sure I had a nice cold bevy in my five little fingers.
Dude, it makes me so happy to hear that, Ty. Even on vacation, you always had a little Eric on your arm.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
So funny.
when I was in Mexico, I had this server who just had the most like gorgeous green eyes.
Yeah.
I was just like sitting on the beach and just like it was like one of those moments where you're like sitting like on some seat, like on the sand and kind of far from the bar and like you gotta wait for like the guy to like come over. And I
Yeah.
was kind of in a bad mood that day, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know this guy's name. Let's just say Pedro. Pedro walked up to our little spot and just pulled down his sunglasses and you see these like dazzling green eyes. I'm like, holy fuck, dude! Like,
Damn.
I'm about to save you. Like, come back with me to Canada. You know what I mean?
Holy shit.
I'm about to change your life. I'm about to recruit you. I
Wow.
don't know for
Pedro's
what yet.
daggers got you feeling all sorts of ways.
Exactly. They're gonna be voting for Pedro if I can help it.
Yeah. So, Did you compliment this green-eyed beauty?
I complimented him with a nice crisp $20 bill.
As you should. A
Yeah,
little
it's
bit
a
of green
nice.
for the green pubes.
Yeah, exactly. Good service, good legal tender, as they say.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been heavily tipping Eric my last couple days in Mexico, in the Mayan Riviera. I was throwing some green around, make sure all my favorite staff members got their just desserts. Got a little
Ty's
bit of Thai.
yeah, Ty's got a green thumb, and we're not talking about plants.
Mm-mm. You know how it is. You get all these like American USD ones, fives, tens, twenties, doesn't matter, and they're basically worthless in Canada. No one cares. No one wants those. So you gotta leave them where the people will like them.
Exactly.
I try.
Operating
I tried to give them.
this cash
Hmm.
business that is our podcast, Ty, we end up with
Hmm.
all these random currencies that we have no
Hmm.
choice but to go spend in, other countries.
Hmm. And not even the poorest of Mexicans want any of my Bitcoin. So that's unfortunately I'm still a bank holder there.
So Ty, you left me on red. You saw my little face pop up, my little Bitmoji.
Hmm.
It popped up on your screen. You said, "Nah." You didn't even reply. You just closed it, and you said, "I'm gonna go back to this Eric. Like I've moved on to better Erics, and I'm just gonna like take this Eric by the arm and just have him sit on my lap for the rest of the day and serve
Yeah,
me
buddy.
strawberry daiquiris." Can you
I
just explain the thinking there?
No, it's literally that. I took my Eric to the dealership and walked out with the 2022 model. It was
Wow, the trade-in.
Yeah, it was way better. He didn't tease me. He was the same height as me. He was really everything I needed.
But Ty, do you want somebody who's gonna um, just do everything you say, or you know, beg for your cash, or you're gonna want, an Eric that's has his own cash and doesn't need your money, but he's here as a friend, a real friend, one's gonna call you on your shit.
You used to call me on my shit.
Hmm.
It depends on the context, Eric, because I want an Eric that does everything I say if that Eric is behind the counter at Subway. But I want an Eric that doesn't take no shit on the same counter as me as my other half, helping me build the sandwich. Depends which side of the counter Eric, I guess, is what it comes down
Holy
to.
shit,
Holy
you're so
shit.
right. And you don't want like, somebody on the other side of the counter with two nice eyes, because then you're just gonna be looking at his eyes the whole time and not the
Mm-hmm.
sandwich. But eyes on the prize,
Mm-hmm.
buddy.
Keep your eyes on the prize. I
Wow.
totally agree with that, Eric. I feel like there's probably like a threshold, like a cap to like sandwich artist beauty that somebody probably tries to maintain. Not too putrid because that would turn away business, but not too good looking because that would maybe attract the wrong kind of business or perhaps
Hmm.
distract from the quality of sandwich make.
Hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We're not Abercrombie and Fitch, We don't want to like
Mm-hmm.
sell you this image. We're trying to like, if anything, be invisible as sandwich
Mm-hmm.
artists.
Mm-hmm. Like if Subway could have their way, it would just be two floating, gloved up hands making the sandwich. Like,
Wow.
yeah, it's
I
like
can
the
see that.
Addams family.
I can 100% see like a robot taking care of me as I
Mm-hmm.
make my way through the subway line. It makes a lot
Mm-hmm.
more sense actually.
Yeah, as
More
the infotech
consistent.
and biotech revolutions merge, we're not too far off, Eric. Not too far
Hmm.
off. I
Hmm.
think it's like first it'll be the Uber drivers; they'll be the first ones replaced. Then,
Yep.
then
Don't need
perhaps
them.
middle management at all companies because
Yeah,
don't need
exactly.
them. And then the sandwich
Isn't
artists are
Slack?
next.
Slack is just middle management. Like that's middle management.
Dude, all tech software is middle management.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. It's the only reason like middle management exists is so that like upper management doesn't have to communicate with lower people.
No, and why should they? They're poor.
Exactly. They're much poorer than you.
Yeah. I remember reading this article a while ago called the Gervais effect, which was a reference to The Office, saying that
Yes.
there's like three types of people in a business. There's the sociopaths, which make all the rules. They're at the very top, and they create these twisted realities that everybody lives in, right? Then there's the middle of the pack, which is like the misinformed, and they like completely drink the juice that the sociopaths make, right? And they're like, oh, they're the clue. You could call them the clueless. Like, and then the very bottom is the losers, and they don't drink the juice, but they can't do anything about it. They're just like force-fed juice all day that they have to drink, but they don't want to. So that's like all company hierarchies.
That makes so much sense. Ty, what do we do as, people who are kind of towards the middle of that ladder, but we're both sociopaths. Like we're both sociopaths, but we're like pretending that we're drinking someone else's juice. Like we're pretending to like someone else's sandwich, but really like we're the twisted guys who want to make the sandwich. What do we do?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But what you are exposing something interesting about the corporate structure of Subway, in which case we, the patrons, are the sociopaths, the sandwich artists are the clueless, and then the losers are Subway HQ. It's almost like an inverse of the pyramid.
No, so the losers are the sandwich artists, Ty, because they have no choice but to like make our fucked up sandwich and like smile all the way through it.
Holy
And
shit,
like
dude! You're right. The sandwich artists must be so bloated from drinking all that fluid because they got juice coming at them from the sociopaths behind the counter or in front of them in the line, and they got juice coming from franchisee owners. They got juice coming from corporate. That's a lot of juice, man. That's
yeah.
not unlike at my all-inclusive buffet yesterday when I had a iced latte, a glass of water, a cup of green smoothie, and a mimosa. All I'm firing on all cylinders there.
Dude, I'm so happy that you found your groove over there in Mexico, Ty, because that's exactly what I did. Every single meal I had like 8 different drinks going. Like,
It's crazy.
did you sample the local Mexican coffee? Because that was a highlight for me.
I got into the coffee too, man. I felt like Doc Ock the way I was picking up all these fucking cups.
Wow. And can you please describe to me what was in your Mexican coffee? Because I have a theory that they just slapped the word Mexican in front of stuff to make it like sell it.
Oh, 1000p, Eric. It just tastes like second wave coffee. There's nothing going on that I felt was remotely Mexican about it, other than the nice senorita serving it to me.
Ah, yes, the señorita is the real reason why we go there.
See,
See, I see you. Mine had a little dash of cinnamon, which I really appreciated, though. Tried to
that
replicate
was
it
the
at home.
Mexi
Not the same.
twist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Ty. So you just mere 24 hours ago, you were whining and dining all inclusively at the
Yeah,
breakfast
buddy.
buffet. So
All you can meet, baby.
so okay, we talked at the beginning of your trip, and then you ghosted me, as we all know by now. So it's been about a week since we last talked. What has transpired in the world of Mexico? What happened across the wall?
Well, I can tell you things are a little different on the other side of the wall, Eric, but I found my groove pretty quickly, my Mexican routine, which was, I mean, I didn't really do Mexico in any like Mexican sort of way. I barely left the confines of Fairmont, Mayacoba. I
Ah,
just was
yes.
doted on every day and treated like a king. Everywhere I went, there's like 6 staff for me, to me. It was incredible ratios. It's like the exact inverse of the ratios at Subway, where there's 1 staff for every 6 patrons.
That's true. They only spawn a second artist if there's more than 6.
Yeah, I had a few. Holy shit! I was a victim a bit of the environment. I guess I got quite a bit of sun. Like you could say that I like over toasted myself,
You
but
double toasted himself to the point where it was not edible.
exactly. So I have a really inedible back right now, but the moneymaker, the face, is pretty pristine. And I thought I'd have a big ass burn on my big nose, or at least some hepe by now. But I had some interesting run-ins, Eric, with animals at my resort. I tried to go for a midnight swim in the pool, and but I like, didn't have my bathing suit, so I just like went in my Calvins, and when I got
Hashtag
out,
in my Calvins.
yeah, Boo found me a towel over by like the pool bar that was like rolled up and clean. So she's like, "Here, I got you." And I dry myself off, put the towel down on like the lounger, and then I'm like hanging out, and then I like grab the towel to go because we're gonna head back to the room. And as I'm putting it around me, I notice a like black leaf in the towel, and it like falls out on the ground and starts moving, and I'm like, oh my god, there was a frog in my towel. And then I Senior frog.
Oh
But
no.
oh no, but then I look closely and holy shit, Eric, there was a bat in my towel. It was a bat.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, I could have had a bat munching on my wing if I wasn't
Dude,
careful.
that's fucking terrifying. You could have
Yeah,
brought back COVID-20,
that's what I
back
thought.
to
I'm like gonna get the Mayakoba variant right now.
holy shit. That's actually terrifying. Did you and Bay like take it back to the room and like chop it up and put it in your soup or what?
Yeah, a little Mexican tortilla soup. No, I let
Bat
that thing
wing
fly
soup.
away. I was it was chills, man. I was like, oh gosh. Because
God
the feeling
damn.
of having a bat like that close to your skin and not knowing, you just think like
Oh.
I could have got rabies, and then I don't know what happens. I'd foam up like the meat marinara, like the top of the marinara sauce bucket. Imagine there's some foam on that.
You would be bubbling much like the tuna.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Similar textures.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
terrifying. Did you
so
see any
that's
iguanas?
uh yeah, actually quite a few. They blend in, you step on them almost.
Yeah, they do.
Uh,
They like
yeah.
to reserve their own seat on by the pool. I don't know if you noticed this, but they take up like they'll be on one lounger, but no one's gonna sit within like three seats of them. So they take up like a whole side of the pool, and you're like, what the fuck, guys? Like, can someone remove this scaly freak?
Yeah, can we call the staff? How do like I'm not gonna pick it up. Damn. Yeah, the
Wow.
iguanas are plentiful. And then I was swimming in the ocean and I feel something on my shoulder. And then I look down and a crab was crawling across my chest from one shoulder to the other. That
Holy
was pretty
shit.
spooky. And then when I was eating dinner last night, I was eating on the beach bar, best place to eat dinner. They had like torches and everything. It felt like I was in a Netflix dating show. But
Or
as I'm
Charlottesville?
what?
Oh, you don't
uh,
remember the tiki torch, the neo-Nazi tiki torch thing?
oh, that's a really deep cut of a reference. No, I didn't remember that. I
I
do
think it
now,
was
though.
in Charlottesville or something, like some random redneck.
They were tiki toasty.
So you're dining
Anyways,
al fresco, quite
al
literally.
fresco.
And then what?
Yeah, it doesn't get more al fresco than like when you're getting like sand in your common projects. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then I feel this like little smack in the side of my face. It was a bit breezy. Something blew into me, smack in the side of my face, and it falls on the table right in front of my like cauliflower, and it's a cockroach. A cockroach just flew into
Holy
me, and then
shit.
I was like, "Fuck it, I'm
Uh,
going. I got to get out of this country."
holy fuck, dude. Someone said, would you like some more crunch with your taco?
I,
Someone said, would you like some hard shell?
I knew they liked bugs in their food, but that's next level shit.
Wow. Dude, you had way more run-ins with the wildlife than I did. I went in
Mm-hmm.
February or January, and I guess it was just like too cold for
Mm-hmm.
for any kind of wildlife. We just had those like little Croatian like raccoon things running around.
I've seen those too. Yeah, they're kind of weird. They look like Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'd imagine that like cockroach ceviche is something that may show up on the Subway menu or in some
Yeah,
locations, some climates.
yeah, like inadvertently though, like it's not like
Hmm.
explicitly said, but it's there.
Hmm. We're very lucky in Canada that it's too cold for bugs to be alive. So I don't think we get and also our like very totalitarian health orders prevent bugs from even going in restaurants. They know they're not allowed. The little bugs read the sign at the front door and they think, okay, there's a public health order. I can't come in.
Yeah, unlike Mexico, people obey the rules here. Um,
Hmm.
you know,
There's no rules in Mexico. I
There's
don't
no
know how many
rules, man.
times I like had a broken seat belt or like a rickety fence while I'm in the trees, and I say like
Yeah.
someone like, "What the heck?" and they just say, "Oh, it's Mexico." That's like their
Hmm.
excuse. They smile, Mexico.
It's a Mexico. It's bueno. Well,
I
Ty,
don't know. It's Mexico.
yes. You
See,
see, Papi.
yeah,
Any
but probably
cartel shootouts?
no. As I said, uh, my how I travel in Mexico in a little bit different of a wealth bracket than maybe you or others do. So uh, everywhere I go is pretty locked down. You know,
So,
the cartels, much like the bugs in Canada, they're left to the front door.
mm, so the in-laws paid for you. Message received, Ty.
No, this shit's out of pocket, man. This is podcast money, but you know me, I like to splurge, I like to pay full price where when and where I can.
When they say we got actually a deal on this room this week, and you say no thanks.
No gracias, yeah.
Mm. So Ty, when I was staying in Mexico, the room service always like made little origamis out of things. They always just like come back to
Dude,
my room and find like a random little origami of like stuff that I left around. So like I come back and like my face towel is folded into a little frog, or like
mm-hmm.
my bed sheets on a different day were folded into a little like swan and left a little heart, something like that. Can you tell me about what they might have done to your room while you were away?
See, once again, Eric, different wealth class. I think that's something that resorts to do to like entertain the masses. It's the same thing as like carving like Mickey Mouse's face into a watermelon at the breakfast buffet. Where I went, Eric, is a little bit more understated than that. You see, and there's none of that novelty happening.
Hmm. Well, Ty, you could call it novelty. You could call it service. I
Art.
like to, or art. I would like to, refer to it as like the staff going above and beyond because they're, not only are they paid well, but they're being
Hmm.
tipped well. Ty, we leave nice little lump sum in a
Hmm.
lump on the couch every
Hmm.
day. They said, we like these guys. We want them to come back, so we're gonna wow them with a nice little gesture, if you will.
Hmm. I had a funny checkout moment that I had to give a little extra big tip on the last day, Eric, because I like to like in the evenings I bring tea lights when I travel, because it's nice to have some like tea lights to set the mood in the
These
evening,
guys are romantic.
wind down. I'm a romantic. I do it for me. But I put one tea light on my last night a little too close to one of the
Oh
beautiful plush white
no.
hand towels. Yeah, and it caught fire, Eric. The hand towel caught fire. uh, what is hot in Spanish again? You're saying it
Uh,
caliente, caliente, right?
I don't know if that is hot or spicy, but I'm sure it
Dude,
works.
either way, shit was caliente,
It
and I
was
had to blow it
toasted.
out. Yeah, so I had this like absolutely triple toasted hole black hole in like the hand towel when I checked out. So I left a crisp 20 next to it and an apology message. So hopefully I
Oh
don't get any
no.
room charges on that. But see, this is what Subway never has to deal with that because they're like you're asking everything to be toasted. If we just lived in a world where everyone toasted everything, this wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. But Ty, hotels are, the best time for you to like blame things on other people. So you could easily just put the
Mm-hmm.
towel in front of someone else's door, or just like leave
Oh
it
yeah.
somewhere, maybe at the beach, um,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd be fine. No apology or tip necessary.
That's true, Eric. No complaino, no. See no evil, hear no
Yeah,
evil, kind of thing.
because as soon as you say sorry, much like Amber Heard, Ty, you're admitting guilt.
That's true. That's a good point. If my sandwich artist made a mistake and then apologized, they're admitting the blood's on their hands. The marinara sauce is on their hands, not mine.
Yeah,
But
exactly. If anything, you
until
should
they
be
do,
apologizing to your
yeah,
artist. Like, I'm so sorry
exactly.
to make you make this twisted sandwich.
It's really interesting how language can affect the kind of like perceived outcome in that sense. Have you ever
Literally
had a
everything.
sandwich artist apologize to you, Eric?
I mean, it's like triggering a like deep memory. Like Ty, you just unlocked a deep memory for me. Um,
Okay.
but I can't really put my finger on it. I'm pretty sure that's happened to me. Sandwich artist
Mm-hmm.
was look at like did something, looked at me, and then said sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like almost certain that happened. I don't know what. Who knows what it? You know, maybe the mayonnaise was nearing the end and it just did a splat.
Mm.
Kind of voice.
Splat.
Splat. Maybe it just did a little like violent squirting motion, where instead of it
Mm-hmm.
like coming out as sauce, it just like a wet fart on my
Mm-hmm.
sandwich. That's it's possible. Maybe they ran out of something else. Maybe they just dumped all the olives all over the place. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Are you thinking of something in particular that happened to you?
No, I'm reflecting on my many 12 inches. Hundreds I have this mental passing of inch after inch and no apologies, regardless of whether they've sharded mayo or misplaced some cucumber, mixed up the green peppers and banana peppers, put the wrong cheese. There's so many situations, and I cannot distinctly remember an apology. I think
Mm,
they move on so quickly, right? They're already thinking about the next
hmm.
question they're going to ask you, like chips or cookies.
Yeah, I
they
know,
don't
right?
got they don't got time to
Chips or
course correct.
cookies. It's a prime upsell statement. It's like chips or cookies. Like there's no nada.
There's no opting out. Yeah, it's
No, it's just
actually incredible.
I know. And then
Fucking
when you are faced to answer the question, much like you're in trial,
mhm.
it's like you're on the stand. You're like chips or cookies. Like I asked you a very simple question. You're like neither. It's like that wasn't an option I gave you. It was a yes or no.
For sure. It's like when the 12 gets you to wind down the window and asks you, how much have you been drinking tonight? Tricky
Yeah,
question.
tricky questions. Like I guess not nearly enough to drive sober.
Damn. Yeah, chips or cookies. It really is marketing 101 at the end of the day. Like I can't think of an advertisement like where's Sucky doing this type of advertisement, you know?
Oh fuck, you're right. Ty, you did just make me remember something else. The guy at Urban Fare fish section said sorry to me. Would you like to know why?
Yeah. I'd like to know why.
At the seafood counter, I was receiving an apology, Ty, along with my salmon. Um, so this was a late night ordeal, late night fish purchase.
Mm, 'cause there's
Uh,
no time like midnight for eating fish.
exactly. Ty, for eating fish, best times are when you wake up or when you go to bed.
Hmm.
Um, when God damn it. Ty, we went to the fish counter, right? And we were looking at the salmon assortment. This was like after it had been put away. The nice young gentleman had been already cleaning up the display case. And I said, "Hey, sir, is it too late to get a nice little fillet of salmon?" I said, "No, no, of course, I can help you out." Okay, bless. I said, "Let me get the Atlantic salmon, just like
Hmm.
about 350 grams."
Hmm.
And I said, "This was the first red flag. This is red flag one." Okay, the guy said, "Which one's Atlantic?"
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, "Uh-oh." That should have been my warning sign to just get out of there. Um, but the guy said, which one? I was like, "Oh, it's the lighter color." He's like, "Okay, no problem." Then the guy puts it on the scale. It's about 350. Pretty good guess. First try is like
Hmm.
pretty
Hmm.
close. He's like, "Okay, yeah, sounds good." It's like 344. I remember this
Yeah,
moment
okay.
exactly. I'm like, "Hey, good job." And then I said, "Oh, can you actually descale it for me?" And then
Oh no.
and he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, no worries." Or no, actually, he said, "What?" And then I said, "Oh, just take the scales off." And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, no worries." Okay, cool. And then I can see this guy's like kind of looking around for like some tool to do it with, and like I don't know,
Hmm.
he's doesn't look like he's gonna do it anytime soon. So I just like kind of go look at, and then
Yeah.
after I pick up my turkey dogs, I come back and I notice this guy's like cutting the salmon. He's like cutting the skin off of the salmon, like the entire skin. He's just like
Oh.
slicing it with a knife. And then he looks at me and he like shows me the skin with like,
He sculpted it.
dude, he literally scalped my salmon, and he showed me the skin with like all kinds of like pink meat on it, and I'm like, oh, and he's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, took off so much of the meat with the skin, and I'm like, oh God, like, you weren't even supposed to do that. I was like, you're supposed to just take the scales off. Like, I wanted the skin on there, and he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, he's like, my bad, it's my first day.
Oh my God. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Poor guy
he's like,
on
I'm
the
so
night
sorry.
shift.
I know it was a night shift on his first day, and some guy asked for some Atlantic salmon descaled. Um, and I'm like, okay, well, could you at least like weigh it again? Like, looks like you took off like quite a bit of the meat. I don't want to pay for
Hmm.
that meat that you just took off. He's like,
Hmm.
okay, and then he puts it back on. It's 300 grams.
No.
Took off 50 grams worth of meat, Ty.
Wow, he really butchered that.
Yeah, literally,
That's
he
like worse.
butchered it.
That's worse than getting the smaller 6 inch when they cut the foot long in half.
I know. You would probably still, you wouldn't, there's no way there'd be a 50-gram discrepancy between 6 inches.
No, no, that's
Quite a lot.
yeah, that's terrible, Eric. I feel like yeah, night shift. That's it's a bad place to go for fish. But
Hmm.
maybe he shouldn't be working with sculpting skills like that. Maybe he shouldn't even be working in big fish. Maybe he should be a hairdresser or something. There's a,
Or a sculptor.
or
Why
a
isn't
sculptor,
he
yeah.
like, yeah, why isn't he like chopping down like big blocks of marble in like the Italian marble caves?
Get this man in a cave. Get him out of Vermin Fair.
Yeah.
So my
Get him,
question to
or
you,
get
Eric,
him
is
into Man Cave, the famous barber shop.
yeah, this guy should get out of fish scaping and into manscaping.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Shit.
I wouldn't let him manscape anything on me, dude. He would probably chop my dick off and then weigh it.
Yeah, just keep this guy as far away from any manscaping tools as possible.
Exactly.
Eric, you just go into the manscaping barber for a quick descaling and come out a new gender.
I know. Oh man.
He took my gender off.
My entire identity was based on me having a dick, Tie.
I know it. I know that's important to you.
It is absolutely important to you, as it should be.
Man, how did you identify the Atlantic salmon? Salmon? Do you have like a marine life identification app on your phone?
Well, Ty, I am much like the BCL app. You're able to scan the fish itself, and it'll tell you what breed it is and if it was frozen or not.
That's what I figured. I downloaded an app the other day that Instagram kept sponsoring to me. I don't know. When Instagram wants you to download an app, they're really aggressive about it.
They really
They like
push it
won't
hard,
stop
yeah.
showing you. They push it so hard. So I did it. It was like a plant identification app. And I haven't used it yet, but I'd love to take it to Subway and see if there's really lettuce there or really spinach.
Sounds like some Spy Kids shit, Ty. Like you just like point at the salmon or the tuna melt or whatever, and it just says yes, you need this.
Mhm. Yeah, totally. I feel like it might be hard with the seafood medley at Subway because I don't know what the catch of the day is. I feel like it should be
Mm.
catch of the day, and they should write
when you walk in.
and
If
they could
see the food in the
seafood
seafood,
medley, they could identify the fish. I would be willing to pay market price for it. What about you? Are you aligned with this?
I think that's a fantastic idea. It reminds me of like um, Elon Musk, you know, telling the United Nations that if they can show them where the money would go, that he would literally solve world hunger with $6 billion or whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like us. It's like it's exactly like us actually, Ty. We are calling Subway's bluff and saying, if you can like just tell me what's in the tuna, tell me what's in the
Mm-hmm.
seafood medley. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I will pay for everyone's Subway in this lineup right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. Just
Simple question.
reveal the catch.
Yeah, what's in the cat?
What's the catch? What a double entendre, hey.
Oh fuck! It's too perfect.
Too perfect. What's the catch?
Wow, wow.
Man.
So Ty, back to Mexico. Let's take a trip back to Mexico real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When I was there was the all you can eat buffet. I mean, everything's all you can eat. So let's just cut out the prefix. It's
Mm-hmm.
just the buffet, and then there were like six or so restaurants, all different cuisines that you could try out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we went to a steakhouse, and I just got the best
Mm-hmm.
steak like three times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what did you dine in on? Did you have some Jamaican cuisine?
Yeah, I no Jamaican. Actually, I did. I went to it. I left. I went into Playa del Carmen for a night and trying to find some tacos. And the taco shops were all really busy, so I ended up at this like Jamaican like jerk chicken shop
Hell yeah!
and had like the worst veggie burger of my life.
Oh no, the jerk vegetable.
Yeah,
The jerk cauliflower.
the jerks making it just like don't know what they're doing. And the French, okay, I never had a good French fry in Mexico. They don't do American food well. They just made like soggy. They're like super fresh, super soggy French fries. No
I
salt.
mean, it's French food to be fair.
Fair enough. But yeah, restaurants around the resort, same thing. Steakhouse, Italian place, you know the deal. Surprisingly few Mexican restaurants, but that's what the beach bar is all about. That's where you find your tacos and quesadillas.
Exactly. The swim up pool bar
Mm-hmm.
is the pinnacle of authentic Mexican cuisine.
uh, while I know you're being satirical, there's nothing makes you feel like you're on vacation more than eating while standing in a pool.
Oh my god, that's actually so gross.
You're like,
It's like
it's so gross.
unbelievably gross.
It's like a tortilla chip floating by you, and you're like, I'm on vacation,
Yeah,
baby. This is
you're on
paradise.
vacation. You're swimming next to some big-breasted milfs
Hmm.
who are whose titties are just floating on the surface of the water while sipping on their daiquiri and simultaneously peeing it out. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
there's an inflow and an outflow at all times. The way people are throwing
Absolutely.
back pina coladas, there's no other
Yeah.
way.
I mean, when people don't leave the pool for 4 hours, you gotta
Hmm.
wonder.
Yeah, dude, the pool water there is it's the four P's, the three P's of pool water. You got piss, you got pina colada, and you got
Paloma,
Paloma in there. Maybe a bit of what's polo, bit of
pollo,
polo,
a little chicken.
pollo. See,
See, papi. Wow. I thought after a week in Mexico you'd learn a few more words, but
damn.
all he knows is salsa and papi.
I learned Banyo pretty quickly, but yeah, my Mexican
Oh
was
yeah.
terrible. I learned to say my room number, cinco nueve, really quickly, and then
Oh, five
I
five
noticed
nine, eh?
yeah, the faster you talk in Mexico, the more likely they're gonna say to you, "Oh, speak español."
That is true. If you say hola, they don't
Hola,
believe you. But if you
no.
say hola papi, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está, papi?
¿Cómo está, papi? It's kind of like at Subway where if you like rip off vegetables really quick, they think like, "Oh, local."
They're the fucking expert. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, I'll move with you. You
Yeah,
speak my
exactly.
language.
That's something I appreciate about sandwich artists. They match your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like
More or
if you're
less.
just if you scold them, then they get real sad. But if you tell them, it's like let's go, let's fucking make this little, let's get this bread together, and then
Mm-hmm.
they say, I say less, fam, and then you just build from then on.
Yeah, you can tell they're just smiling under their mask.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, beautiful.
Wow.
You're making me miss Mexico, dude. While you were gone, I bought a 6 pack of palomas, canned palomas.
Canned plums. Dude, the canned cocktail movement needs to die. I've yet to have a good canned cocktail.
Dude, I absolutely love can. If it comes in a can, sign me up. I love, dude, I absolutely love it. Like, are you kidding? You get to like have the experience of Mexico without having to get the hepatitis.
That's true. I I just think like they always put too much sweetener in the canned cocktails. They make it palatable for like children essentially. Like only children can drink these liquid beverages. They're low on the alcohol, high on the fructose, and I think like the only thing that's really they got going for them, Eric, is that satisfying crackle of the can opening. We all live for that. Even just thinking about it right now makes me want to go crackle a hazy IPA.
Oh yeah, dude, I love a little ice cold hazy IPA, Ty. I also found out about this new canned wine company. Are you interested in hearing about this?
Yeah, hit me. Is this sponsored? Is this a bit?
This is not sponsored, Ty. This is purely just I don't know, interesting. I get it, I guess. Um, Check this out, Ty. This company called Djuce Wines. It says they take mouthwatering, world-class, and sustainably sourced wines and put them in 250 milliliter cans.
Wait, let me play that back for you real quick. So they open up nice bottles of wine, they decork, and then pour them into a can. So you're paying, all you're buying is the wine plus a corking fee.
I guess so. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Like,
So
why would you want it to be corked? Are you paying for the cork, Ty?
no, I mean you're paying an upcharge to not get for them to cork it for you. Essentially, what you're doing here, Eric.
But Ty, this is good branding right here. Are you telling me you don't want to drink this?
Okay, the branding is quite nice. I'm looking at the branding right now. It looks like if craft beer was actually creative.
Exactly. And unlike those, horrifying glass bottles that are not nearly as recyclable as aluminum. You know what I mean? Aluminum is much more recyclable.
I'm
according to
fact
aluminum
check you
companies.
on that one, but
according to Big Metal.
Big Metal wants you to consume as much aluminum. Dude, I'm consuming the aluminum every day. I think it's in all my food.
Check this out, Ty. This sentence sums it up perfectly. I'm reading the reviews for this company, and Armand says, "Could imagine taking a couple of these down to the lake in the summer, or for a cheeky drink at the top of a hike." That's like,
I see the
are you
envelope
Armand?
here.
I think you're Armand, Ty.
Well, I would certainly be. I don't know if I'm Armand, but I would be the man if I brought wine on a hike. Because you're right that a bottled wine has a kind of transportation inefficiency to it, whereas you can kind of bang around some cans. They're more mobile.
Absolutely.
It's like your
I love
Bitcoin wallet.
I think we talked about this, but I was sipping on some canned Palomas or canned margaritas last time we talked, like live on air.
Yeah,
you remember that? Yeah,
I do.
dude.
Of course, I remember that.
Dude, if you can can some feeling, you can can an emotion. I'm buying it, dude. Because I was jealous that you're in Mexico, so I had to do something.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna buy a margarita kit. What am I? Hourly worker?
Yeah, that's something like Airbnb experienced mixologist would do, not you.
Wow.
Damn. Okay. Well, I can get onto the can train. Maybe I'll go check out the liquor section at Whole Foods today and see what's new. What's recommended by like Dave from Stocking.
Yeah, dude.
Backstock Dave. Yeah.
You're being a contrarian right now, but I know this is so up your alley. You love this. You were gonna buy this so fast.
I'm hopping on the can train. Be shaking my cans around.
Can you believe
We'll
it?
see. I do like the satisfying, like the taste of the bottle in most like beer and soda. How come Subway doesn't have any cans? Like it's all plastic bottles there. Plastic bottles are the worst form. That's the worst, you know.
But
I'd rather drink Gatorade out of the palms of my hands than from a plastic.
Everyone knows you got to get the cups because then you can just like run it back like immediately. You know what I mean? You can try everything and then just fill one up. You can go freestyle. You can mix and match. You can
For sure,
You
for
know,
sure.
hit that again before you leave.
No, the paper cup at Subway is an amazing idea because it really captures the essence of Subway in a single vessel. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like if they gave you a little, like a dinner roll, like just a little tiny like 1 inch by 1 inch bun. If they
Oh
gave you
yeah.
that and use that as like a little sampling palette around the buckets of vegetables and sauces, gives you just a chance to try before you buy.
Mm-hmm. Imagine sampling 12 times.
Mm-hmm. You're speed dating ingredients.
You're like, okay, thank you. You walk out.
Yeah, yeah. Quick lunch. It's the Costco effect. That's
Mm-hmm.
what losers do at Costco.
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy? I'm just like all of these like a bunch of like just thoughts like just flying into my head right now, Ty.
Dude, it's called conscious.
I'm just being like I'm conscious as fuck right now, dude.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. You're
get
alive.
get this. Travis Scott in a song said, "No, I do not do beer cans. Fuck is this frat house?"
Mm-hmm.
And then proceeds to launch Cacti, which is a hard
Mm-hmm.
seltzer in a can, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Very
We all
frat
saw the
housey to me.
hypocrisy there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it gets pulled because a kid died at his show. Gets
Mm-hmm.
pulled from stores. So where does that leave Mr. Webster?
It's a good question. He both created a frat house esque beverage and then hosted a frat house esque party.
Mm-hmm. And then because someone died at his frat house party, he has to pull his frat house drink from stores. Explain
Mm-hmm.
that to me.
But he never wanted a frat house drink or party to begin with, it sounds like.
Yeah, or did he?
He be Maybe he became what he hated. Maybe he was projecting, Eric.
Wow, yeah. He's like now that I mean that lyric was like way before he was mainstream like he is now. But now that,
Mm-hmm.
T Scott is breached the lamestream media, maybe he's you know, more open with exposing who his like true self is.
Fame changes you, man. I bet he at one point he said to himself, "I would never date a Jenner. I'm not about that."
Wow. And now here he is with two kids,
Yeah,
two Jenner babies.
yeah. I would never have kids with a Jenner. Not about that.
Well, you're a shit out of luck, dude, because I think they all have other kids now, don't they?
Mm-hmm. I feel like they're all they're raising a whole new generation of stars, which is kind of fun. It'll be fun when you and I are retiring and they are now like the face of television. Like
Mm-hmm. I love
the old
this.
it's kind of like when they took 13 years to make a sequel to Finding Nemo.
I know they'll have to like make new fish.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this is what they're doing. Like they're making new, they're like literally creating the cast. Like there's no
Yeah,
casting involved. They're just like birthing them.
they're spawning new cast.
Wow.
Wow, which is kind of weird because when you think about it that way, there's like a hell of a lot of grooming going on.
You know what I realized? Like that's why like rich people have so many kids. It's like if you're a rich person and you have a kid that's like famous, they're guaranteed to be also rich. So now you
And
just have two
famous.
rich people in the family. So the more people you have in your family, the more rich you are because you just like have a bunch of rich people.
Yeah, I think you just figured out like all aristocracy of all time. Like, isn't
Like
that
Chris Jenner is
how it's
probably
always
like,
worked?
I guess so. I guess that's yeah, you're right. I guess Chris
Isn't
Jenner
that
was like,
King
"Ayo,
Louis? Yeah, sorry.
yeah." She's like,
Oh,
"Ayo,
me
you
so sorry.
gotta." Oh, pardon, señor. I
What were
don't
you
know, Ty.
saying?
I don't know, Ty. This podcast is kind of like Castaway, lost to never be found again. Wilson,
Holy shit. Uh,
Wilson.
I do feel lost, Eric, but at least we're on this journey together. You can find
Hmm.
solace in companionship in your
Hmm.
co-host.
Thank God, Ty, that you landed safely back in LA.
Hmm.
You know, and you haven't been captured by the cartel and ground up into some taco seasoning.
Thank God. Yeah, I'll give you a Los Angeles scene report tomorrow if I get out of the condo and go exploring tonight. We'll see. But
Hmm.
I hope you feel caught up on my Mexico adventures.
I really do, and I appreciate you for taking me through this and making up for, you know, the Tuesday episode that we missed. But you know what, breadheads, don't wait for us. Do your own shit. Work on yourselves, okay?
Yeah.
Don't rely on Think Fresh to make you feel better or something. It's, you know, for us to help you escape from your daily lives. Just go and fucking like find a new hobby.
It's hard meat to swallow, but we can't fix you.
Exactly.
Self-care is very important.
Yeah, whatever you're looking for, you're not gonna find here, Ty
No.
and breadheads.
This is a black hole. This is a twisted torch salon.
Exactly. When we hit record, we leave Earth and we we tap into the subway location in Jupiter.
So with that in mind, breadheads, thank you for transcending with us today. We apologize for the missing episode. We look forward to linking and building again tomorrow. Any closing thoughts, Eric?
No, we will see you breadheadies tomorrow. Stay fresh.
Stay fresh, baby. Adios.
Ciao. Adios.